Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here, and today I wanted to show you guys how to get every single talisman in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now the talismans are really cool because they will give you stat bonuses, and every single talisman I'm about to show here you can get right away early in the game besides one. There's only one that you cannot get extremely early. We're talking about Chapter 2. You can go and get all of these talismans to give you a nice little stat boost, and you can use them to help you change your appearance slightly, just like the belt buckle that I have on right now. That's one of the talismans, and I really love it. I think it's badass. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start talking about how to get each one of these talismans. Alrighty guys, now one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to timestamp this in the description. So if you guys are just looking for one particular talisman, you can click on that time code and it will take you directly to that part. Or if you're just looking for jewelry, because I know a lot of people have trouble getting the jewelry, I am going to show you how to get every single piece of jewelry in the game really easily. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do anyway, just to get that out the way. And then I'll talk about all of the special items that you're going to have to find out in the world. Now, this first talisman here, the Alligator Tooth Talisman, is the one that you cannot get right away in Chapter 2. You have to wait till Chapter 6, I believe, because that is when you can actually hunt the legendary alligator. So keep that in mind. In fact, that's going to be the last one I'm going to talk about. But let's go ahead and get started with the jewelry, because if you're looking for that, which every one of these talismans besides the Ravenclaw talisman will require jewelry, I'm going to go ahead and show you the best way to get all of the jewelry in the game. Alrighty guys, well the easiest way of actually getting the jewelry is to actually just buy a train ticket. You want to go to Rig Station, or Wallace Station, or Emerald Station, just because those places are isolated. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and rob the train, primarily just the passengers. Now, I want to say that you want to target women just because I don't think I've ever actually gotten earrings or bracelets from men, but it could be possible. I'm not exactly sure. But if you're really quick about doing this, you can get out of there without getting a bounty. If you do get busted, it's like a $60 bounty, so I don't know. I definitely say it might be a good idea to save the game and then try this, and eventually you will get what you're looking for, the earrings or the bracelets or whatever, and then you can just go ahead and keep the save if that's the case, and if not, just reload your save, because it is going to be completely random. Now, you could probably also get this from just robbing women in general, but from what I've noticed, it seems like you are guaranteed to always get an extra item when you rob somebody on the train. So you're going to get some money and some jewelry, or maybe an item of some sort. So this is definitely the best way in my opinion. Like I said, I wouldn't target men, but the women, we're going to go ahead and target them. There's 3 women on this train, so hopefully one of them will give me one of the pieces of jewelry. There you go. I got the bracelet right there, but let's just rob everyone here. Now, another reason why you might not actually want to keep your save is because you're going to lose honor, and if you're not trying to lose honor, well, then yeah, I mean, you can lose a lot of honor if you just keep trying this over and over again. But let's go ahead and just make our escape now. And if you're in an isolated area, the law will not be on you right away. So as long as you don't get caught by the law, you're not going to get the bounty. So if you can escape, then you are good to go. So yes, that is definitely the easiest way. As you can see, and I got the silver earrings that way. I got the gold jolted bracelet that way. So this is definitely a great way. Oh my god. Okay, I'm about to get busted. I am about to get busted. But it doesn't really matter because I don't really need it anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead, guys. So I will see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, guys. So the first talisman we're going to talk about is the Bear Claw Talisman. Now, this one's really easy to get. And it's also that really cool looking belt buckle that I have. So I really do like this one a lot. Now, I already talked about the jewelry. And you're going to also have to get the legendary Bear Claw, which should be really easy just because it's a quest in the game. But just in case you don't know where the bear is now, maybe you didn't actually kill it at the time, I will show you on the map where you can find the bear if you are trying to kill it and you didn't kill it during the quest. The other item is the quartz chunk, which is another really easy item to get. And I'm going to show you exactly where you need to go to get the quartz chunk. Alrighty, well first things first, let me show you where to find the legendary bear. This is going to be west of Annisburg, east of Fort Wallace, and north of Emerald Station. So that's your easiest way of finding it, but let me zoom in on the map a little bit. But like I said, this is from the quest, so you should have already killed the bear, and if not, you probably already have the icon on your map, so that is something. But I know that if you did actually leave with Hosea during that quest, I don't think they actually add the icon on your map, and you, of course, will not kill the bear if you left with Hosea. Now, if you want to get the quartz chunk, the first thing you're going to need to do is talk to this lady. I believe she's like in this area, maybe more close to this area. But it's going to be a stranger quest, and she's looking for dinosaur bones. Now, to actually get the quartz chunk, all you have to do is get one dinosaur bone. And there is one that's really easy to find that's right here. It's actually going to be up here. There's an area that you can actually inspect and add it to your map. There's also another dinosaur bone down here if you're interested. But this one's really easy to find because there's also a corpse here, which will always be here, so you should be able to see that on your map. And like I said, you can inspect this area. So once you actually find it, all you need to do is actually just go down this ladder over here, and then you're going to find the dinosaur bone down there. Once you've done that, go ahead and mail the dinosaur bone to the lady. Wait 24 hours, and she will send you the quartz chunk. So our next talisman is the Boar Tusk talisman. Now for this, you're going to have to find the legendary boar, which I'll show you on the map where to go for that. And you also have to get this petrified wood. Now that item is definitely pretty hidden, so a lot of people might not have that and you don't know where to get it. And I'll show you exactly where you can actually find that item. It is really easy to get. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to go to the location and you can pick it up. And then once you have that and the boar tusk and the earring, you are good to go. Alrighty guys, now if you're looking for the legendary boar, this is going to be north of Saint Denis, south of Van Horn. And it's going to be in this area, Blue Water Marsh. It's going to be directly above the A, so that is extremely easy to find if you go off of Blue Water Marsh and you just look above the A in water. Now, if you're looking for the petrified wood, that's a little bit more complicated. That's going to be all the way back up in the mountains, and it's going to be really close to Lake Isabella. Now, this is where you can find the white Arabian horse, and that's how I actually found this just randomly while I was looking for that horse. Now, the easiest way to find this is that you will see like a hill or like kind of like a mountain, and it's going to be kind of in a cave. So you need to just follow it around until you find an opening, and that is where you're going to find the petrified wood. See what I'm talking about? It's not really a cave, but it is an opening. And if you actually come over here, there's going to be a chest, which if you open up the chest, you're going to find the petrified wood. Alrighty, so our next talisman is the Bison Horn talisman. And for this, you're going to need a silver earring, a legendary bison horn, which I'll show you where to get the legendary bison, but it is actually really close to the last location. I wish I would have thought of that ahead of time, because if you guys are just trying to get all of these at once, then you could have actually got it when you were up there. But it's really close in that location. And also you have to get the abalone shell fragment, which is actually, once again, it's not a hard item to get, but it is pretty hidden. So I'll show you exactly where to go to get the abalone shell fragment. Now, if you are looking for the white bison, that's going to be north of Lake Isabella, which is really close to the petrified wood that I showed earlier. But let me go ahead and zoom in the map, but it's going to be right up here. Now, the white Arabian horse is normally over here, and the white bison is on the other side, so it's really easy to find. Now, the next thing you're going to need is the abalone shell, and that's actually really easy to get just because it's going to be in the town of Rhodes. So if you are here, all you have to do is go to this house right here. So there's a bunch of different houses. This is going to be the one that's going to be northeast of the actual town. And when you find the house, I believe it's like yellow, and it's all run down and you can't really get inside. So a lot of people might actually investigate the house, see if they can get in, and they can't, so they just kind of go away. Well, guess what? There is a way to actually get in here. You have to go to the side door. So let's go ahead and come up here, and you can go ahead and open up the side door. Now, all that's in here is some loot and stuff, but this is where you will find the abalone shell fragment. So that's how you get it. Our next talisman is the Ravenclaw talisman. Now for this one, you're going to have to actually find all of the rock carvings, which means you're going to have to complete a stranger quest for that. And once you completed it, then you can go ahead and pick it up off a table, because you're going to be in a cabin, and then you need to grab it off the table. You definitely want to grab it once you have done this. I will show you on the map where to find the stranger, and I'll show you on the map where to find all of the rock carvings. Alrighty guys, now if you haven't found this stranger quest yet, you don't actually have to talk to the stranger before you find all the rock carvings, so it's up to you on how you want to do it. But if you do need to find the guy, it's going to be located really close to Strawberry, and it's called Geology for Beginners. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the location, but this is where you're going to find it, and it's going to be a cabin. Now just quickly, I'm going to show you guys, once you have completed this, that's how you're going to find the compass, and it's going to be right here on the table. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you where every single rock carving is. I'm not going to actually show you exactly. I'm just going to show you on the map because you guys should be able to find it no problem. Once you know where it is on the location, most of the rock carvings are really easy to find just because, of course, they're in rocks. So that's what you need to look for. Just look in the location for rocks and you will find the carving. So our first rock carving is going to be really close to where we found the stranger. It's going to be west of Strawberry, and it's going to be on the other side of this lake. So once you get over here, you just need to go ahead and look at the rocks until you will find the rock carving. But it's going to be just right over here, west of Strawberry. Our next rock carving is once again really close to the original location. This is going to be north of Strawberry, and it's going to be up in this mountain. So you're going to want to look for the rocks, of course. But if you want to find this, it's really easy. It's going to be right next to the T in West Elizabeth. So just go ahead and look for that and look at the rocks until you find the carving. Our next rock carving is going to be on the top of Mount Hagen. I'm pretty sure you want to follow the path until it cuts off like you could see on my map. And I believe it's on the left side. So you just want to look around until you find it. And once again, this is close to Lake Isabella. So if you're up there, you can go ahead and grab this rock carving real quick. Our next rock carving is going to be directly north of Valentine. If you want, you could probably go to Wallace Station and then take the road up. But it's going to be in this area called Widow Rock. And there's going to be a bridge here and a waterfall. And once you get to that point, you just want to go ahead and stop and then follow the path on the left. And you should be able to spot the rock carving, no problem. Our next rock carving is going to be directly south of the last one. This is west of Fort Wallace, but it's going to be in this location here. I don't remember exactly what you have to do for this one, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too hard to find. Just know that this is the location, look around, and you should be able to spot it. Now our next rock carving is going to be directly northeast of our previous one and also northeast of Fort Wallace. Now this one is tricky if I remember right because there is a treasure hunt, and when I was doing the treasure hunt, that's how I found this. Because you have to go off to the side, there's like a path to the right once you go up this hill. Then you have to follow that and you have to do some jumps and stuff. And eventually you will find the rock carving. It should be in that location, but it is kind of annoying to get to because you can die. So you need to be a little bit careful. But just know that you need to take the path off to the side and then just follow that until you find the rock carving. Our next rock carving is going to be south of Moonstone Pond. And this is also going to be north of the inn in Hangover for New Hangover. But this one, if I remember right, is actually kind of in a mountain. So you want to find that and then just look around until you spot the carving. Our next rock carving is going to be really close to Annisburg. It's going to be actually north of the U and the R in Annisburg on the map. But you're going to see like a little road here. I don't remember this one at all, so I apologize. But this is the location. So if you just look around, you should be able to find it. Now our next rock carving is going to be really close to Annisburg once again, and also Van Horn. But this is going to be directly south of the N and the E in Annisburg on the map. And it's actually really close to this pool here. Now, I don't remember this one either, but I'm assuming it's probably really easy. So just go ahead and look for it and you should be able to find it no problem. Now for our final rock carving, this is going to be directly south of Valentine. It's also going to be south of this burnt down town, which is where you can do the money glitch. And also there is Horseshoe Overlook, which is one of the first camps that you go to in the game. Now this one, I don't remember exactly where it is, but once again, just look for the rocks. When I actually found all the rock carvings, I found them primarily by just using the internet to find where the location was on the map. And then I went and found it on my own. I didn't need any more help than that. Because all you have to do is really just look for rocks. And then if you're in the right location, you should be able to spot it really easily just because it is a carving on a rock and it doesn't look natural. So there you go. That's going to be all the rock carvings. And if you do that, you can complete the stranger quest and then you can get the old brass compass from the table in the cabin. Our final talisman is the Alligator Tooth Talisman. For this, you're going to have to hunt down the legendary alligator, which remember, does not become available until Chapter 6, but you're also going to need to get the Vintage Civil War handcuffs. Now, that's a really rare item. Once again, you're going to get that from a stranger quest, but you need to get every cigarette card in the game. At least I believe you do. Maybe I could be wrong on that, but when I turned in all the cigarette cards, that's how I actually got the Vintage Civil War handcuffs. But it's actually really easy to do just because if you have money, which by Chapter 6, you should have plenty of money, so you can easily follow my strategy. And if not, right away in the game, if you do the money glitch, then you can also get every cigarette card, no problem. So let's go ahead and I'll show you my strategy to get every cigarette card really easily. Alrighty guys, so if you need the legendary alligator, this guy is actually pretty easy to find. This is really close to Saint Denis. It's going to be up in the bayou, and he is going to be directly above the U in bayou. Now if you want to get the Civil War handcuffs, all you have to do is find any general store. There are a couple things I recommend. One thing of course is to have money. You're going to have to spend some money for this, but also if you have the Legend of the East satchel, that's going to make this go by a lot quicker. I did make a video on how to get the Legend of the East satchel like right away at the start of the game. And trust me, it's well worth it because that thing is amazing. But what you want to do is go to the store and then buy premium cigarettes. That's pretty much it. So what you need to do is go to provisions and then go to tobacco and find the premium cigarettes and then buy them. Now, it cost me $2.50, but I have high honors, so that's going to reduce the price. I believe the highest price this can cost is $5 a pack, but you're going to get cigarette cards for doing this. Once you have bought them and you are holding as many as you can, go ahead and just hold down circle so that it will get you out the book, and then hold down your satchel and find it in your recents and just discard all. That's really all you have to do. And you just repeat that over and over again until you have every single cigarette card. And if you can do this right away at the start of the game, it is pretty nice because you do get a lot of stuff for actually giving this guy all of the cigarette cards. Now, I'm not exactly sure if you have to give them all to get the handcuffs, or it might just be one particular set. But since you don't have any control over that, you're probably going to end up getting all the cigarette cards anyway, so why not complete it? But it's really easy to actually complete that if you just use the general store and you just buy the cigarette cards. Alrighty guys, so that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.